Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey, AfterBuzzers! Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fresh Off the Boat. We're going to be discussing episodes 3 and 4, the shunning and the success perm. I'm your host, June Lee, and you guys can follow me on ms_June Lee. Tweet at us. We love hearing from you. And let my lovely hosts introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Marilou Mandi. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Marilou Mandi.
Hey guys, I'm Kanika Lal. You can also follow me on Twitter at Kanika Lal.
Yes, and please check us out on youtube.com/AfterBuzz and leave your comments and give us your questions and stuff like that. So what did you guys think about these 2 episodes?
I loved it. I thought that the shunning was definitely a shining moment. In the 4 episodes we have so far, that one's my favorite.
Right.
Of what we've got so far. I was laughing out loud the
I
whole
know,
time.
you really were. I know. The comedy is just so fresh and so on point. And like you were saying, like they're not afraid to just, you know, let it out there. Like, let's talk about the communist one, because that was the one, like, I was like, I felt really passionate about.
Yeah.
So in the episode, you know, Jessica is trying to, like, you know, fit into the neighborhood. She's trying to make friends, but it's not working out so well. They're not into her stinky tofu, you know, and it hurts, right? And you know, it kind of sucks when, like, you're like going into like a different group and they don't accept you, you know? So so like Deidre, is that her name? Am I saying that? Deidre. Yeah. So Deidre, you know, like in the block party, she's like coming up with her crew and she looks at Jessica cutting up the cake like any normal person would cut up the cake. And she's like, oh, she's cutting up the cake super evenly because, you know, she's a communist, like her country is communist. And I was just like, what? Girl, did you seriously say that? I could not believe it.
Yeah, and I see that the show is really pushing to at least get one of those moments in.
Oh, yeah.
Each episode?
They can't do too much, like we talked about, because obviously it's ABC. But I feel like Eddie's, because that's what he experienced when he was growing up, like the kind of shit that he would hear. Yeah. So he was like, this is what we went through, this is what we're going through, you know? So like hear it from
Yeah. Like in the pilot episode where the kid calls him a name.
Right.
Like Eddie fought for that. So like,
are we not allowed to say that?
I don't know.
I mean, I think
we're Asian. We're Asian. If we can't say it, if we can't comment and speak freely about it, who can?
You should.
Yeah. So he called Eddie a chink, which is so not cool.
Right.
Did you guys experience that when you guys were growing up?
No.
I did. I mean, I grew up in Texas where, you know, like I was literally like 1. You know, they have like the demographic breakdown. Yeah. So like Hispanic was the biggest, and then it was like white people, and then it was like black people, and then it was like Asian 1, and that was me. So like I totally went through that. So I totally got it. Yeah.
You get it.
But it's good. It's good that you guys didn't go through that. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, in a way, like there's no racial slur for Indians, but there is like we're looked to like as terrorists, you know, because like they're the same skin color. They can't tell the different religions.
Right.
So that part hurts. It's just ignorance.
Totally.
And at the end of the day, you just gotta be like, forget it. I know what I am, and they don't know. So you know, move on.
And I feel like that's like very the spirit of this show. Isn't so much to be like, oh, we hate you because like you know you guys talk bad about this, but it was more like, hey, like this is what's going on, and like we can laugh about it, but let's try to like, you know, let's try to like elevate ourselves, everybody. You know,
so that's why I think with the block party with the communist comment that's something like that the show is trying to push specifically. You know, one shocking moment like that.
Right.
Like this happens.
Right.
There's also even a comment like, oh, I didn't know Asians like karaoke. It's just so random, but they had to put something in that. You know, just to be like, oh, why would Asians like that? Why wouldn't they like it?
That's so funny because, like, I feel like Asians kind of, like, invented karaoke. We're all about the karaoke. Like, you're half Filipino. Like, dude, we're, like, every single weekend. I mean,
But I love karaoke.
I love karaoke.
Oh, see, there you go. And then there are some Asians who don't. So it's just it's a not a racial preference.
Right,
It's just a people like karaoke.
Yes,
it's a popular thing for people to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally. So we see Emery, and he's totally fitting in fine. So we get these little vignettes, you know. Jessica's obviously struggling. Louis is trying to just get Cattleman's Ranch off the ground, and like Emery's just chilling with all of his honeys and like.
Yeah, I actually like in these 2 episodes they showed more personality and character development for Emery and Evan. Like I'm getting to see now what they're like.
Totally.
They're just I'm not gonna call them 2 little girls, but they are like girly, and I love it. They're just so cute and so innocent.
Interesting.
Everything to them is just so. It's like it reminds me of when I was a kid.
Yeah,
you know what I miss that. So.
I know. It's very like this show has so many just like feel good moments.
It does.
It really, really does. And I feel like, and I'm obviously, I support it as an Asian American entertainment. I totally support it. And I think it's amazing. It took 20 years for us to finally get something like this back. But like, it's so personable. And I think a lot of my friends who are not Asian love the show because the characters are rich, you know, and anybody can identify with them. So Emery is kind of like the player, and Evan, who's just like the little one. What do you guys think about Evan? Like, do you think so? Is Evan the one that went to the?
He was the representative at the party planning for the block party.
You love that whole scene. Tell us about it.
Loved it. So Jessica didn't want to go to the party, to the block party planning meeting, so she sent Grandma and Evan.
Yeah.
And Evan, we see a little flashback of Evan fighting for a petting zoo.
Yeah.
Fighting for a petting zoo. So he's
so smart.
He ends up not getting the petting zoo, but that's where he gets the information that the ladies of the neighborhood don't like honey. And when they did the flashback and he's like telling the story, so out of the women's mouths, it's Evan's voice.
Right. It's
that was a really good touch they put. I love that.
Adorable. Because they didn't have to do that.
Adorable.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a cool choice.
I loved him showing him crossing his like legs and really what happened. Like,
I know. He's like, no,
little
girl.
gossiper.
No, girl. Yeah. It was so amazing. Oh my gosh. So Grandma and Evan have this. I feel. What do you guys think about Grandma? Like, she's so interesting to me because like she's so. Like, I don't know, I feel like I definitely see real people behind, like, Evan, Emery, Eddie, but I've never met, like, a grandma like Grandma.
Yeah, well, in the book, Eddie talks about his grandma, and that, like, they allude to a little bit here where she's talking about her feet being had been bound before, and, like, that really happened to this woman, and she had all these, like, little tiny shoes, and, like, you talked about that, and that's really interesting because that's something I know about from history, but I've never met anyone or known anybody in my realm that actually was a real thing for them.
Totally.
And that this grandma, like, the family would bicker, the family would fight, but if grandma was around, you dropped it.
Right.
That's true.
Like, you respect grandma.
Right.
That's very
when
true.
I was reading the book, I totally had a different like picture of what grandma would be like. I thought grandma would be more just kind of like quiet and almost like, you know, very traditional. But in the show, she's kind of like, she's spunky.
Yeah.
She does have
I
a
think the whole family's spunky.
Yeah, the whole
for
family
sure.
is
She has
spunky,
to
for sure,
adapt to that. But I feel like she's kind of maybe the smart. Not the smart, but she sees everything from the outside. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't contribute. She doesn't want to control her own sons and daughter-in-law's life. She's going to let them be, but she's looking from the outside and silently approving. If something's going to go wrong, I feel like she's going to step in and do something. That's probably going to come in a later episode where she's going to be like, no, now let me have my say, and then go back to her normal.
Right.
You know, she's just a silent onlooker, I think.
Definitely.
And I liked seeing the interaction with the two grandmas when Jessica's mom came in.
Love that.
I know. So let's talk about that real quick because I thought that was really interesting. I almost thought like they were going to put like grandma against grandma.
I know.
But I thought it was interesting that they didn't do that. What did you guys think about that?
I don't know. They got together and were talking about OJ. I don't know. It was adorable. I thought it was great because that's something any pair of women might do if they're stuck watching TV.
Totally.
I mean, here they are. Their families are bickering. What do they have to do? They're using like a real life case, and they're making kind of their own world around it, which I like. And I agree with you. I thought they were actually going to also do a little rivalry. But I'm glad the two, older generation stuck together, which they should.
Yeah, and I also thought it was interesting because like the older generation wasn't necessarily telling the younger generation, "Hey, don't bicker." Like
which goes along with they're letting them do their thing.
Yeah, they're just letting them do their thing, which is like very contradictory to kind of what people would perceive of as being Asian culture or Asian American culture, where your parents tell you everything, like do this, do that, do that. Like you see that with Jessica and her kids, like it's ingrained so deeply that when Eddie is like, okay, we're gonna listen to Tupac, and Emery is like, cool, can we like, what does he say? Like, can we?
I'm gonna get raisins and Sunny D's.
Yes,
and I'm gonna get toothbrushes for after because we always brush our teeth after we eat.
We have to brush our teeth after we eat anything sweet. Like, it was just so hilarious.
Yeah. Well, can we talk a little bit about the actual like flashback to the '90s, like OJ case? What were you guys doing when that happened?
Yeah, well, I was like, when were you guys born? I was born in 90, so I don't.
91, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't remember like all that much about the OJ.
Yeah,
case.
I remember I was at home and I was watching TV, and my like grandpa was watching. It was on Sci-Fi Channel. It was a soap opera horror movie. What was it called? Dark Shadows. They made a movie about it, right?
Okay.
So we were watching Dark Shadows. That was like our
Wait, the
our
one
stories.
with Johnny Depp?
It was a TV show before.
Wow, I did not know that.
It was
very cool.
Really interesting, weird TV show. But then, the channels all went to this OJ case. And I remember watching the chase, the white Bronco getting chased. So, like, seeing that, I was like, oh, that's neat. Because I am, like, the same generation as Eddie.
Right. You don't look it, though.
Oh, well.
Neither does Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asian don't raisin.
That
is so true, though.
Asian don't be Asian.
Don't be Asian?
Yeah, don't be Asian.
Oh, Asians
don't be aging.
Yeah.
Wow.
Asians don't be
Wow.
Asian. Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
I don't think I have anything to say.
Well, I liked seeing a lot of
myself.
I liked seeing the Pert Plus when they were cleaning up the house. And
I know.
I was like,
Let's talk
Pert
about
Plus, Sunny
Perm
D.
Plus. Okay, my favorite was the dial-up. Oh, did I bring back memories of
my
AOL
gosh.
turning on your computer
And
like
the pager. And the pager. I remember those days of like dial-up, and like I wanted to see like a Beyonce video and like hearing the dial-up in the background. It was crazy.
I love that. I love how because they kind of played a pun on it, because you know how it takes forever to load up the internet.
Forever. I know.
They totally like play that out.
How amazing is there? Like, it's
with
just
their
crazy.
bulky computer.
I know.
And everything.
He brought his internet computer.
I know.
Yeah, that's what he called it.
So,
his
internet computer. So let's talk about their like, kind of rivalry between these families, because like it's a legit thing. Like, do you guys have like experiences with that, or like what were your thoughts on that? Like, did you guys think it was kind of ridiculous? Did you guys know that this was like definitely like a part of our culture?
I liked the storyline because that like sibling rivalries between like different families is universal.
It is.
Yes.
Like you see that in every culture. Like,
Absolutely.
Like luckily, like my sister and I don't feel like we're like that.
Right.
Like I feel fortunate with that, but I have witnessed that with other families.
Right. You mean just like regular families, not Asian families.
No, just any family of any culture.
Yeah.
Right. But I do feel like it is pretty intense in Asian culture.
Is it in yours, like your family, or?
Well, I wouldn't say. Well, I mean, I don't have any like real sisters. I'm an only child, but I definitely know that the whole culture of like, you have to like, even though everything is falling apart inside, you can't let it show. Like,
that is so true.
Like, I feel like that's a little bit of that is true in every culture, you know what I mean? But I feel like in the Asian culture, like it's definitely it's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm sure many viewers and people can relate to the fact that when they go home for a Thanksgiving reunion or Christmas or any holiday, they want to kind of prove themselves because they haven't seen their family member in so long, so they pretend like they're doing well.
Right.
And I get the whole like, you say something but you mean something else. When they were showing the
totally.
subtitles, that actually happens.
Totally, absolutely.
Subtitles pop up.
Oh yeah, subtitles pop up.
Yeah, they're just like,
yeah, exactly. I read them.
That's hilarious. But to go back to the shunning, let's talk about Eddie's kind of experience, with Jordans and wanting to be cool, and like his whole infatuation with Honey and that beautiful friendship between Honey and Jessica that develops. I really want to talk about that for a second because I thought that was really sweet, and I love that about this show. You know what I mean? Like, it really, I feel like it's like the ultimate underdog story in so many different ways. What did you guys think? Just about like, how Jessica and Honey became friends, and they were both outsiders, and then like Jessica kind of having that invitation to be part of the group and having to choose between Honey and, you know, being in this life.
I loved that Jessica didn't fall into the mean girl thing for too long.
Yeah.
Like trying to be part of the posse. Because at first, you know, they decided that for the best option for the restaurant success was for her to be friends with this group. But they're like, they're awful.
Yeah. But in actuality, what helped the restaurant success was the authentic kind of moment that Jessica had, and like her, like that led to her singing, and then that's what led to people being like, oh, very, like she has like a very beautiful voice.
By the way, she has a very.
I know. Do you think that's actually Constance Wu?
I think it is.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think it's probably a hidden talent. I wouldn't be surprised if she starts singing soon.
Wait, what?
If she starts just singing, like becoming a singer.
Ah.
That's not gonna happen, but she should. She has a good voice. It's nice to see when actors have like a hidden talent, whether it's like dancing or music. If they just
and I'm so glad.
freedom.
Totally, I'm so glad you bring that up because I feel like many Asian American actors are so talented.
Oh yeah.
Yet we don't get a lot of opportunities to really like showcase our talent. Like there aren't a lot of opportunities, and like I feel like everybody's talking about Fresh Off the Boat for multiple reasons. Like one, it's a great show, whether it's Asian or whatever, it's just a great show. But also the fact that it is Asian is totally important. It's very, very
It's giving
important.
them more of a voice, you know, and it's just taking away the stereotypes.
Absolutely.
And giving also not only Asians but immigrants. I mean, how it is to move out here after you're living in your homeland country, and how it is to make it in America. I remember my grandfather moving from India, from Afghanistan to out here. Like, how are you going to be successful?
Right.
So that's a really interesting part of it, too.
Absolutely. And I think anybody can identify with that because, like, we're all trying to make it, right? It doesn't matter if you're, like, white, Hispanic, Black, Asian. We're all just trying to, like, make it and be successful, you know? And I think that's something that anybody can identify with. And I think that's, you look at Jane the Virgin. Everybody loves Jane the Virgin. You don't have to be Hispanic to, it's like one of my favorite shows. You know, it's the same thing with Fresh Off the Boat. Am I sounding a little preachy?
Oh my
Stop
God,
me.
no, girl,
Stop
preach
me.
it all you want.
Stop me if I'm getting preachy. Let's talk about Honey. So I really loved Honey's character. I mean, I really felt for her. Like when Lewis is like, oh, your daughter is so, you know, like, it's like, and especially like in Orlando and Florida culture, like I think that's a little bit more common. It
like older men and younger women, even here.
Even in
LA.
LA.
Is that specific to Orlando? I thought that's just like everywhere.
That is
everywhere,
totally is,
but
I think it's like it's very.
But Miami,
exactly.
Miami,
and
Florida.
like Florida Keys, you know, like
they marry for the money. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't do that, but maybe I would. Who knows?
But she's so sweet, and she bonds with Jessica, and she understands that Eddie's trying to do this thing where he's trying to like look like, you know, he's got it in with this hot lady, and like she gives him that like super sweet hug at the end.
And then stops his butt grab.
I
was
know.
like, yes, because she's got boundaries.
I know. Oh my gosh, this show is like racy. Like on
What'd you guys think about the fantasy, though? Eddie's fantasy, and then how, in the end of that episode, the fantasy kind of came true.
Totally. So let's talk about Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a goal.
Yeah.
He had a goal was to find a Honey.
Yeah.
And while it was Honey
because his shoes didn't work out, right?
Yeah, his shoes didn't work out. And I love, like, he sends her the Skittles, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Taste the rainbow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Like if a little kid sent me Skittles and said that, I don't know.
I would think that he's gonna have a good time with he's not gonna have a hard time growing up. He's a player.
He's a player. He's got some swag in him already.
He's like walking around and his mom is like, what's wrong with your leg? Like stop being weird. Like, I love her.
I know.
She's too good.
I love her. She's so good.
She's one of the strongest characters on the show,
absolutely,
for sure.
Absolutely. But, so, okay, jumping back to the success perm. Let's just talk about the success perm. Like, I feel like I definitely, like, totally know what they were talking about when that came up. Did you guys know, like, did you guys feel that same way? I was like, yeah, we totally want the perm. Like, I did the perm. Like,
did you?
Oh my God, yes. I hated having straight hair. I wanted curly hair. So it was always like perming, or I was always curling my hair. Like,
yeah, I curl my hair all the time, but I don't like equate that with success.
Yeah, neither did I.
I just like curls.
That was new to me too.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's a thing.
You have naturally beautiful curls. You're lucky.
I don't really know what's up with my hair. I had like straight hair growing up and curly and straight. I don't even know.
Really?
But I don't know.
It's got a mind of its
Indians have thick hair normally.
Yeah.
But it's a good and bad thing.
I know. I think
hard to wax.
I love
Guys wax out there. But yeah.
Okay. And so the family comes, everyone's tensed up, no one knows what's going on, like
and the sister
everyone's
got a boob job.
Okay, yeah, let's talk
that.
about the boob job.
So funny.
Yeah,
I don't
sister
know.
shows up with fake tits, then the brother or the husband shows up, like literally swirling his car around for hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So like their new use Miata.
Which it gets called out on.
I know.
Like, this isn't made anymore. They don't make that color in 95
It was 93.
But even like when, so the cop I thought was super random. Like,
yeah.
like
the random gay Miata enthusiast.
I know. So I was like, wait, are they trying to say that the, brother-in-law is like gay? I don't know. Just is like not coming out. Like I didn't get it. I don't know if they were hinting at something like that.
Maybe
and I kind of felt that with Evan too. A little
bit.
I
totally felt that.
Right?
Because he was like getting along with the girls and he was talking about love. Like each time that the parents would hold hands.
The love is Emery though.
Emery's the one that is the lover.
So maybe they both are. I'm just joking. No, they're just innocent. That's what
he could be a man that loves the women and
that's
loves
good.
the love.
Of course.
I'm
totally joking.
I just felt like Evan was just like, I don't know, like you said, like feminine.
Yeah.
Well, they even in the opening of the first episode, they're like, oh yeah, we wish that Evan was a daughter.
Oh, did they say that?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well, I thought they said that because like they just wanted a daughter though, not because
that's why they have 3 boys because they kept trying for a girl.
For a girl,
which makes sense.
Right.
It's okay. Evan's a little girl then.
Okay.
He's their little.
Yeah, he's kind of like the
boy's
little girl.
body.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a sensitive soul. So.
Yeah. So speaking of sensitive, so Justin, the cousins, like Eddie is super excited that the family's visiting because he can't wait to, hook up with his cousin Justin and, show off all the things that he's been learning about hip hop, and he's so ready to like impress him. And like Justin shows up with like a Nirvana shirt, like he's totally moved past it, like he's into grunge now, and like
I just saw what an emo little child.
Yeah, he is
such
an
an unhappy little child. He needs to like get out of that phase he's in. But I get it. It's like puberty. He has like one phase that he's interested in. He'll probably grow out of it. And but I felt bad for Eddie because he was looking forward to hanging out with his cousin and listening to some Tupac.
I know.
Instead, he's listening to some lady scream.
Yeah, what
White
was
lady
that?
scream. He said.
I don't even know what that was. I know Nirvana, obviously.
I don't know. Well, like, listen. Finding your identity as an 11-year-old in the 90s was not fun.
Yeah, I totally.
Yeah, I mean, because like I like went to school a few days and I was like, let me tie a plaid shirt around my waist because I'm totally grunge. I was like, no, I hate this music.
Yeah, no, even I did that. I mean, like even like totally like I've been through like every stage, like skater stage and like grunge stage, like cheerleader stage. Like I've been been through.
Have you guys ever had a friend or family member that you thought was one way and then you like discover they're trying to change? One way or the other, and then how does that affect you? Like how it affected Eddie?
Oh man, how about you?
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think I've ever really experienced anyone close, at least, change on me too much. I mean, like in terms of like our relationship, sometimes we were drifting apart because I don't know. I was in a bridey stage, or he or she was like a brother. My cousin was just not. I don't know. Was in college.
Yeah.
So as we grew up, we started getting really, really close.
Right.
But I haven't really experienced someone like, I don't know, having different phases in their life. Have you?
Because my sister and I, like, I'm 8 years older than her, so I got to kind of see her go through her phases, and it was just always really interesting because then I would reflect back. I was like, oh yeah, I did that too.
That's a good point.
I just can't see it from the outside, but like watching her because she was like really into her like Warped Tour bit, and she's into all these things too. It's just kind of evolved where like now she's like more glamorous and edgy, where it was like for some point she would just wear pajamas.
She used to play with American Girl dolls, and now she's like talking about boys like that way. Yeah, for sure.
I see. I kind of had a Justin. Yeah, my cousin. Like, I really, really looked up to her. She was 7 years older than me. And she was like, to me, she was just like super cool. She was really smart. And there was like, she went through different phases. So, like, first, like, she was like rock. And then, like, she went through like this like grungy. And then, like, she got into, I don't know, like, she's kind of like a rock and roller. Now she's actually she's in the army. You know,
oh, wow.
she's serving over in Afghanistan right now, and she's just like she's such a badass. But like I remember, like I always wanted her approval. Like, I always wanted to be cool, and like I would hear her music, and I would try to like, you know, yeah, I was kind of like the younger, not as cool kid in this situation. I was not the Eddie.
Not the Eddie.
Yeah, not the Eddie.
Eddie is so cool. Though.
He's too cool for us.
I know, he's too cool for all of us. I definitely see, even like in the like title sequence, I really love like how they captured his kind of spirit. You know, if you see him like talk on like Vice or, you know, like interviews. Well, I did see a Times interview, and that was the most polished Eddie I had ever seen. And I don't know if it was because of it was Time. Like, I guess, like, you know, I would be polished for Time also. But I also read an article that Jeff Yang did in the LA Times, and he's actually Hudson Yang's father. And he was talking about, like, you know, just as like a professional, like an Asian American professional, you know, like all of these things, and like kind of like the ups and downs and the disappointments, you know, with like AZN, which was a channel that promised like, oh, we're going to be the voice of the Asian Americans, and that kind of fell through. And to have this kind of victory is just so awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like the show a lot. I like that what it's bringing to the forefront, and that while they are characters that are Asian, and like some people are taking offense, like saying that it's stereotypes. It's no, they're characters. Like when we watch Downton Abbey, we're not like, oh, that's, you know.
Oh yeah, we hate those accents.
Oh, why are they doing accents? Well, that's just the characters.
Right, that's the world. Right.
Even though those are actually British actors, right?
Yeah.
I don't watch Downton Abbey.
Yes.
But
I did notice that the accent is slowly dropping. Have you guys noticed that?
maybe they're just like settling into it.
Exactly.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to adjust to it. You have to do it for like 10 episodes, 10 plus episodes.
Yeah.
So.
I kind of thought that Lewis, you know, Randall Park, like his accent went down a little bit. And I think like it makes sense as they're more and more assimilated into Orlando's culture.
Maybe we're also just getting used to it too. We don't even realize it.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Anyways, did we cover all the points for the 2 episodes?
I think so.
Anything that you thought of, key things that were funny or stood out to you guys?
Everything was so funny. I really loved the AWO when Eddie is like, I'm an AWO, Asian with obsession. I had never heard that before. Have you guys ever heard that term before?
No, but I feel like that's Eddie specific.
Do you think so?
I think so.
Is that not a thing?
I don't think it's a thing.
Okay.
He's talking
Maybe
about
it's
like
not a thing. I don't know.
it was like tying in with his NWA.
Yeah, with, you know, Dre, his first experience with Straight Outta Compton and all that amazing world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love, like I think I said last week too, the relationship with the parents with each other. Because, like with their high fives, like they're on each other with their jokes. They got it. They're on the same page, whether they always agree or not. But they find it, like at the end. Jessica's like, you know, yes, we're swimming in debt, but we're swimming together.
Right. No, I absolutely love their relationship. I think this show is one of, like, that's what I meant by like all of the fuzzy feelings. I think this show is one of the most heartwarming shows because, like, you just totally feel the love that they have for each other. And, like, you know, like, they're just trying to make it, and, like, the rivalry with the, like, I really understand, like, how painful it must be. I really get it. Like, to struggle and, like, you know, to try to make it in America. I wish they would have shown, like, a shot of all of the people showing up for the onion rings. That would have been really funny. I think I would have liked to see that.
Yeah, but I guess the plan didn't work. That's what.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, like, the word already got out, right? That they were gonna have free onion, like, super cheap onion rings.
Did that? Sure.
Like, I would have thought that, like, the word would have gotten out, and then the next day everybody shows up. So the whole thing was like a gimmick, right? Like, they were gonna take the hit, they were gonna take the financial hit because they wanted to make it seem like everybody's there. But then like, they showed up, they went to the restaurant a day earlier, and I would have expected, like, the next day everybody was showing up for the onion rings, and then they're just like giving out these free onion rings pretty much for like no reason. And I could just imagine like Jessica freaking out, like, we're wasting all this money for no reason. Dang it.
I don't know. I would go eat at Cattleman's Ranch.
I would. I wonder, I'm really, I haven't finished the book, so I don't really know where the story goes. I'm really like looking at it from a fresh perspective. Do you guys have any like predictions?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll go into predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
All right, Kanika, what do you think?
Oh, I'm first?
Yeah.
Yes. I always like to go last because I never know. Okay. It's always hard to predict with these. I like to go off of you guys, so go first.
Go for it. I feel like you got a good one.
So, Eddie, I need to see more of Eddie and Nicole. And I think she's going to crush him. And
totally.
It's going to be great. Like, it's just going to be so fun to watch this kid be enamored and crushed.
So do you think they're not going to get together?
She might, like, maybe give him a kiss, like, one day. But she's going to mess with him.
Totally.
She's going to mess with him.
Totally. I totally second that. I totally second that.
And then I had another one, but I forgot what it is, so.
So yeah, I definitely feel like Honey is going to stay super tight with Jessica. Yeah. I don't know. I would
Maybe Honey and Jessica kind of, I don't know if they're going to team up against the rest of the rollerblader women.
Yeah.
But something might go down.
Like or maybe there's just like, we don't even care about y'all. We're just going to do us. Y'all do you.
I know, that's true. They might just move away. They might move to DC.
I'll put this on my wish list. I really, really want to see Jessica, like, give one back to Deidre. The one who made the communist comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that really, really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
she should.
Yeah.
She's really
maybe
saucy.
maybe she'll throw an onion. I would love to see that.
It's warm. Why was it warm?
No, I know that the restaurant's definitely going to get better. Right now
Absolutely.
it's not doing well at all.
Right.
So it's only going to go up from here.
What do you think is going to be the thing that's like going to make that happen?
That's going to make the restaurant successful? Well, that just takes time. Like, they're going to have to do something.
I'm wondering if they're going to do something with Jessica singing and make like a whole thing out of it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they could add some like nightlife aspect to it or something.
And
like
then maybe like Eddie goes up there and starts rapping. I would love to see that. That would be hilarious.
That's a good prediction.
Let's just do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, you guys have our ideas.
Do you guys have news gossip?
News and gossip.
What do I have? Well, first of all, the ratings from last week were super high. It was over 7 million viewers. And
so awesome.
2.5 in adults, which I think for now it was like one up from Blackish.
Yeah,
from the rating from today. And Blackish has been doing super well. I mean, just won the award for NAACP. So shout out to that.
Yeah, definitely. People love the show.
Oh yeah, it's getting really good reaction, which I'm really proud of because
me too.
At first people were hesitant.
I think so. Yeah.
What did I see? I thought it was interesting how, first of all, do you know how old Constance is?
No.
I mean, she looks so young, but I
was actually shocked to find out that she's only 26, 27. I love how she's playing a mom. I mean, like, I know she's done that, I think, previously, but...
Oh my gosh, she's only 26?
Yeah, the fact that they partnered her with a 4-year-old co-star, I think it's amazing how well she's playing that off.
Absolutely.
Great chemistry. So I was shocked to find that out.
That's amazing. I had no idea.
I know.
Wow.
So she's very young looking anyways, but the way they made her hair and what she's wearing, it's giving her that.
Totally.
But good for her for being able to play that.
In the new billboard, like with the pitchfork.
Yes.
She looks,
because she has long hair.
She looks really,
I thought of that.
really young in that photo. Very young, very young.
The other things that I have was just, I know Constance and Randall, they interacted with the real parents of Eddie in Orlando, and Constance was just so and she was in love with the mother, Eddie's mom. She thought that she was so over the top and flamboyant. She's like, I actually have to underplay my character to make it look so real. Like, that's how fashionable and just grandeur she is. And they visited Eddie's real house, and she was like, I've never seen a house like that in Asia or America.
Wow.
So many pictures and statues. It was like a huge mansion, she said.
Oh my goodness.
I know. It was just, she was like pretty in awe of the family. So I thought that was just nice how
definitely.
they're still kind of in touch.
Yeah, I know when they were preparing for, they're studying the accents, Randall and Constance got Eddie's parents saying their lines on tape and would watch it and like study it ad nauseum because Constance is like from a theater background, like so she's studying it. So when people talk to her about, the accent's stereotypical, it says she's like, no, this is this person's accent. I am playing a character. I'm an actor.
Right.
playing a character, and this is what this real person sounds like.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think, you know, with any sort of like new, because this is a very kind of new type of show, there's always going to be a lot of discussion, backlash, but, you know, it's a very important show. It's a great show. It has great legs, and I just can't wait for the next episodes.
I know.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining us for this after show. Please check us out on iTunes and SoundCloud, and follow us on Twitter. Again, you guys can follow me at ms_June
and at Marilou Mandel, MARIELOUMANDL.
And you guys can follow me on Twitter at Kanika Lal, KANIKALAL.
Yeah, and tweet at us, comment, and ask us questions.
Definitely.
Love to hear from you. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.